Hello and welcome back to more Mechabellum. This is a game I previously played against the toughest opponent that I have faced to date, Mr. Izayoi Tuiyama. I messed that up. Oh well. He picks Quick Supply, starting with Arclight and Stormcaller. And I take a little while. I don't really like any of these options, but I end up taking the Training Specialist, starting with Mustang and Crawler, the Forbidden Start. I was like, well, I don't really like any of these, and I'm going up against the toughest opponent that I've played to date. And I wasn't feeling too good about this game, so let's see what happens. Hope everybody's having a good day. Let's speed it up. Opponent decides to go Crawlers. He's going for a standard opener with the Stormcallers and the Arclights in between the towers. I decided to pick up Arclights as well. And I look at a couple of options here. And I wanted to go for something a little bit more standard, so I try the following setup. Put my Arclights in front of my towers, and I level up my late Crawlers. Level 2. Slow the round down. And we get into the action. My Mustangs are poorly placed, and they get absolutely shit on by the Stormcallers on the first volley. So I'm feeling even worse about how this is starting out. The Arclights tear apart my chaff, and we don't get really anything done on round 1. We get absolutely dispatched. Alright, round 2. I don't think I can take any of these options. Laser sights would be good, but I think I need to get a skip here. I need that 400 money to put some tanky units out because my Mustangs are running in and dying immediately to the first volley. So I skip here, and I decide to pick up Sabertooth. Unlock the Sabertooth. Going up against Stormcallers with Sabertooth is ludicrous, right? Well, I am running the Missile Interceptor tech. And that's the whole reason I go into Sabertooth, is because Sabertooth and Arclight pair really well together. And the Sabertooth can run Missile Interceptor tech, which I plan on getting next round in round 3. So hopefully that can help mitigate the Stormcaller damage. My opponent picks up 2 Mustangs and puts them on the back line here. So that's pretty devastating. Looks like he also picked up another set of Crawlers. I'm not sure how he had the money to do all that. Maybe he got the additional deploy. He did not loan, so I'm not sure where the money came from. Missile volleys come in, same thing. They wreck my whole Mustang tank line setup here. And 2 volleys, half our army is already gone. Arclights make short work of my chaff, and I lose again convincingly. So far, not so good. Arclight's trying to be a hero, but it's not going to work out for us. And again, we take a good bit of damage. Down to 3,881 life. Opponent's still very healthy, full life. That being said, my opponent is very low on HP, only 3,500. He's hit me twice, and I still have more HP than my opponent. I do end up picking up the Sabertooth missile interceptions here. I also go for Arclights this turn. I grab 2 more Arclights, and I was going to get 3 because I got the additional deployment slot this round. My opponent does the same thing, gets the additional deployment slot. I go with 2 Arclights and a Crawler here. I need that chaff clear for my tanks to actually lock onto some juicy targets. My opponent gets 2 additional Stormcallers. So we're up against 4 Stormcallers and 2 level 2 Arclights this round. All I have is level 1 board, level 2 Crawler here. I do have the intensive training. I have 250 money in the bank. Let's see what I do with it. So I go with missile interceptor tech. I go with 2 arc lights. And what do I want to level up here? I'm thinking I could get defense, but then I was like, no, I do have the intensive training. So final answer, I think I level up one of my tanks. I do. Left side tank does get a level. I'm hoping that it will be tanky enough to actually kill a few things. Let's see how this round goes. I got some late crawlers coming in on the right side as well. Alright, missile volleys go out. Missile interception doing a good job sniping some of those down. And the good thing about the Sabertooth tank is it can shoot enemy units and run the missile interception tech at the same time. My tanks are still alive, taking out as many of those small missiles as we can. Oof. Arclight alone on the left side, and we have a tank and Arclight on the right. Alright, left side falls. There's 4 Stormcallers on the left still. We get the tower on the right side. Speed this up. Rolling slowly across the map here. They're firing one at a time at us, so the Sabertooth is actually able to intercept all the shots. And this one's over here teching the tower, gets it down to 10% HP, and then we kill the last unit. Oh god. Opponent picks up Phoenix here. 3 Phoenix for 50, and I look at the Phantom Ray and a Phoenix. I was going to go for an air unit, and I end up going with Phantom Ray here. Opponent goes range on 5 Arclight, and he puts 4 Phoenix out. So he ended up picking up a Phoenix and 2 Arclight this round. I grab the 2 Phantom Rays, and I add additional chaff. I also range my Arclights here. I was in a debate between ranging the Arclights or ranging the Mustangs, and I think the Arclights are just better overall, so I ended up ranging those. Grab 3 sets of crawlers, more chaff. I immediately undo the chaff and rethink my situation. I definitely want to use all the deployment slots I can. So I was looking at doing range here, and I was like, no, I actually need to do the deployment slots. Deployment slots is often more important than teching your units. Alright, final answer. Going with the crawlers. I put 2 crawlers in the back. 1 to the right. And 1 in the middle. Alright, let's see how this goes. It's a lot of missiles coming in. The additional Phoenix is now wrecking my forces. These Phantom Ray are getting stuck on all kinds of stuff. The ground armies go down and the Phoenix mop up everything else. Alright, so it's going to be a little tough to push into this player with ground forces. So next round we get more reinforcements here. Deployment module and underground threat show up. I'm going to pick underground threat. My opponent is looking at his options here. Hacker is available. Mobilized battleship is available. Underground threats. Opponent decides to go mobilized battleship. I throw the underground crawler behind my right side base. I range the Mustangs here. I level up the arc lights. And I put stealth tech on the Phantom Ray, but I undo this because I, again, can't afford 3 deployments. So instead I opt to not get the stealth tech and just range my, level up my arc lights. And then I grab 2 more sabers and I get the defense enhancement on the tower. I still have one more deployment. I'm thinking I could go crawlers. I use the intensive training to level up my Mustang. And what's the last thing I do? I grab one more set of Mustangs, and I set them on the right side, which is a good thing I did because the opponent puts an arc light, his mobilized battleship, and his crawlers on the right side here. Pulls all of my right side board to this corner. And I think, holy crap, this is bad, this is bad. However, that high concentration of fire does allow us to take out the battleship immediately. Left side, we actually push far enough that my Phantom Rays are taking out the Phoenix in the backline. All of his stuff is now going after my tower. We reach his tower at the same time he reaches ours. He gets the first hit. Or the first tower kill. Once the debuff wears off, he gets my second tower. We get a debuff on him now. Speed this up. And there's no way I can win here, right? And no. It was just too much. So, I go down to 1981 life. My opponent's still at 3200. Unit drops come out in round 6. Opponent takes the level 3 Wraith. I decided to take the level 3 Typhoon. Since I see he's got stuff going on in the corner here, I decided to put my Typhoon right on the edge up against these units. I know that the Crawler's there and the Arclight's there, and I'm hoping that this Typhoon can take out this corner. I don't realize the Wraith is there until the round start. I decided to get the attack enhancement on the tower. I'm sorry, the defense enhancement. For real this time. I get... no, incorrect. I get field recovery is what I get. I sell out of one of the Phoenix, or one of the Phantom Rays. They weren't really doing anything for me. I tripled down on Mustangs. I put Mustangs on the left side here. I level up the right side Mustang. I go for 2 Mustangs and a Crawler. Final answer. Can't afford range. Ran out of money. So hopefully we'll see what happens here. Right side, the level 3 Typhoon absolutely melts the level 1 units. Now it's locked onto that Wraith. And we crush on the right side with that new Typhoon. Left side, we're actually doing pretty well. That extra Mustang is helping push. We're now on the back line on the air units on the left. On the right side, we are done with the ground units, moving to the towers now. And we crush on both sides. We win on both flanks. Both towers are down for my opponent, and these Mustangs are going to gun down the rest of these ships. So, crazy turn of events. Huge damage back to my opponent. I'm still at 1981. I take my opponent down to 1650. Spells come out this round. Ion Blast for my opponent. Ion Blast for me. His units are in a beautiful line. My units are getting all pulled to the right here. He puts it right on top of my Typhoons. I put it right on top of his Stormcallers. Opponent decides to get jump drive and starts moving his Phoenix to the front line. I grab a bunch of Crawlers. And I start putting them around my board. We got a lot of levels on the Mustangs. Still have 700 money in the bank. My opponent puts all of his Phoenix on the front line to help support his Wraith. We'll see what happens with that. Level these Mustangs to level 3 here. I end up taking range onto the Mustangs. Opponent is using range Phoenix with jump drive. Opponent moves an arc light to the front here as well. Take on all the Crawlers. I put a set of Crawlers in front of my Typhoon to help keep it safe. Opponent puts a Scorpion in the right side here. Take out that Typhoon. So it's a good thing I put the Crawlers up front because that's the first thing to lock onto. And he also grabs double shot for the Scorpion. Opponent puts a missile in the top left corner, stop any flanks, and he brings out oil to go onto the left side of the field here. There's the oil from my opponent. So it looks like a pretty good plan. Looks like he's gonna mess me up this round. We'll see what happens. And round start. All right. Air units lock on. Holy cow, that was loud. Air units lock on. The beam is wrecking my units. One of the Typhoon goes down. The whole flank gets destroyed on the right side. The back line on his, I kind of whiffed with my laser. Left side with the oil is pushing through convincingly. It's kind of amazing how well that push went through on the oil. Missile from the opponent does nothing against the tower. Kills most crawlers. Right side, we still win somehow with the Phoenix getting destroyed and Mustangs doing all the DPS. Opponent goes down to 64 HP, round 8. Unit drops. Okay. So I noticed that my opponent put his Phoenix on the front line, and I saw that he has jump drive, so I moved the Raiden to the front here so I can help take out these units, and I grab more chaff. On the left side, he grabs the fire badgers from the unit drop. He's going to light this oil up. I kind of expected this. I decided to get the level 1 attack enhancements. I level up some arc lights. I put some crawlers in front to kind of take some of these Phoenix shots out of the way. And then I decide to undo. Seeing that my opponent has jump drive, I decide to undo my my stuff here. I then decide to go all the way back. I undo the Raiden range because I'm not going to need it. I instead go Hounds, and I tech the fire extinguisher tech, and I put them right in the oil, thinking that my opponent's going to light us on fire. I get anti-air for the Mustangs. Opponent grabs some missiles, and I'm going to slow it down here. Missiles on the left side for me. I take out some fire badgers. He takes out a few of my hounds right off the bat. And as soon as the fire hits, water sprinkler goes off, all of my hounds die, and now there's a clear path for my units. Right side, we're doing well. The Raiden is sitting back comfortably, taking out some units. We kill all of the right side units. Typhoons are still very healthy, and they're pushing into that acid scorpion with double shot. Left side, the anti-air Mustangs eliminate all of the air problems, and that line is going to push right through to the tower. And on the right side, looks like we are holding our own there as well. Back to normal speed. Left side, we win convincingly. We go after the tower. Right side, we destroy everything. Opponent decides to leave the game right at the end. And we do all the damage. Read game to Azawa. I can't say that name. But that was an awesome game. I was surprised. I went from being very behind in a very lackluster position to a very strong position, holding my own against this opponent. I was very surprised that the things that I did played out the way that I was hoping that they would. And I'm glad I made the plays that I did. If you guys enjoyed that video, like and subscribe. Yeah, follow along. And man, here in the middle bracket, 1500-ish MMR, it's a lot. Right now I'm at the highest MMR I've been this season, and I'm fighting opponents that are pretty strong. Anyway, thanks for watching. Catch you in the next video.